Do that.
Hey guys,
What's
it's
up?
Bobby and Michelle. Obviously, we are here from the Belton Bond, and we are doing our, I don't know if it's going to be the second video that we uploaded, so I'll say another video in our Marriage May series. So yeah, this is going to be about gender roles and kind of the gender roles assigned like in your marriage or in your household. And I don't know. I guess that's kind of it. We'll just kind of get into the conversation. But before we start, you know what I'm going to say. Be sure you are subscribed to our channel. So click the subscribe button. It's down here on this side or either over there.
Is it?
Yes. It's a little red button. You should be subscribed. You have a Gmail account. I mean, you have an email. Okay. So yes, subscribe to our account.
Have a channel. I ain't subscribed.
I know. Give this video a thumbs up. Again, share it, like it. Put in some comments and feedback below. And I think with that, we're just going to get started talking about gender roles. So do you believe in gender roles? And what that kind of is like the husband doing maybe the manly things in the household or for the family, and the woman doing the womanly things, maybe more household, domestic type things in the home. So what you think?
I believe in gender roles. In the grand scheme of things, yes. I believe that there are certain things that a man should be doing. General things, kind of almost traditional things as well, like washing cars, cutting grass. I won't say necessarily taking out the trash. I feel like that's one of those things where if you see it needs to be done, so that's where I start to vary a little bit.
Me insert there with taking out the trash. Like I'm usually the one that gathers the trash from like the different rooms and bathrooms around the house. And then when it comes to taking it out in the morning, like BJ usually takes the trash can out. And because I may get home before him in the evening, I'll bring the trash can back in. I don't have a problem taking up the trash, but like if he sees it and it needs to be taken out, like he should just go and take it out.
Right. I mean, but I think that's just overall, that's one of those duties where if you see it, like, so when I say gender roles, I don't necessarily think that they should be so specific. You do this, I do this, and so on and so forth. Like if you see it needs to be done, get it done, because as we talked about in another video, we're on the same team. Yeah. So if the floor needs to be vacuumed, I shouldn't say, well, Michelle, that's your job, because that's what we said. Because we did at one point say, okay, I'll clean the bathrooms and Michelle wash the dishes and stuff like that. Yeah. But if it needs to be done, get it done.
Even washing the dishes, if it needs to be done, get it done.
The Lord's still working me on washing dishes.
BJ claims he can't wash dishes because maybe like a month ago he went to wash the dishes and it wasn't a knife. I'm gonna
tell you what it was. My wife, because she washes dishes totally different than I take everything out and wash everything kind of one by one. So it takes me longer because I pay attention to, and there's some trauma stuff that came from my childhood too. But my daddy used to take, if you messed up one spoon or something, he would put them all back in there. So I started just washing one by one. So this particular night, the dishes were already in the sink. Michelle had already run the water in it. So I was like, all right, let me be a good dude and wash the dishes. Stick my hand in there and something cuts me on my finger. I believe that was a sign saying that I'm not supposed I wasn't supposed to be washing dishes no more. And so from that night to this one, I think I washed dishes maybe twice since then.
Yeah, but that wasn't a sign. I said Jesus is a healer.
He so did
your finger is healed. You can't even tell which one it is now.
So anyways,
yes,
that's a role for the wife. Nah, that's
but
one
like
of those
I
things.
don't. Yeah, and I don't mind washing dishes. I primarily, or I don't know, I was going to say like washing clothes, like I feel like it's almost 75, no, not, I would say like 60-40, because I feel like I primarily fold them. I know BJ probably does not fold clothes at all. And I don't mind, like I don't mind folding clothes. Like I can do that and Scotland can be in the room playing, while I do that. So that's not a problem.
Not that I'm above it. I don't prefer to fold up clothes. I'll wash them, I'll dry them.
Mm-hmm. Well, the washing machine washes them and the dryer dries them.
But yeah, I won't fold them. Like that's just something I prefer not to do. And in the same sense, Michelle can't stand cleaning bathrooms.
Yeah.
Like she just doesn't like to, or doesn't, that's country. She doesn't like to clean the bathroom. And that's okay, because when I get in there, you're going to smell bleach. I'm probably going to suffocate myself almost.
Yeah.
And it's just it's a mode. So and I think for us, when we talk about gender roles, we're two different types of doers.
And specifically with cleaning, like I know you're going to get more into the gender roles, but with cleaning, like I am more of a everyday tidier person. So I'm going to like straighten up and tidy up every day, where BJ,
I'm a mass cleaner.
Yes. So when he's in the mood to clean, like back up, he is like serious face. He makes me feel bad for my tidying, because like when he cleans, it's like, well, dang, like, did I even do anything? But like, we're very different in that way. So like, I'm going to tidy up in the bathroom every day, try to like put stuff where it goes, wipe off the sink kind of when I'm done, where he is like you said, the massive cleaner. But back to your gender roles thing.
Ultimately with gender roles, if we had to specify them, it's not traditional in our home. You know, it's not Michelle cooks all the time. I enjoy cooking. So I definitely don't mind like getting into it and saying, okay, I'm gonna cook dinner. And I would say, I've had a couple people eat my food. So if you want to come see me in the kitchen, I'm down for a good challenge. But I've had a couple people that say my food is enjoyable, family and friends and coworkers and stuff like that. So I'm all right. In the kitchen. And Michelle can cook really, really well as well. Her mom was a culinary arts teacher. But it's whatever needs to be done. She primarily, if we had to specify one specific, like she primarily makes sure Scotland's stuff is good when it comes to that. Like his bags, I don't never have to worry about a diaper bag, filling a diaper bag. I don't never have to worry about whether he's gonna have food if she's not gonna be here and stuff like that. She makes sure that stuff, she'll leave out a little list, good morning, and doing all of that stuff. And then on the adverse side of things, I'll get Scotland dressed in the morning. At night, I get him and I'll make sure that his hair is combed, brushed, whatever it is that we're gonna do to it. It's a blurred line for us.
I don't feel like you can just say like these are gender roles and it's going to be the same in like everybody's house. Like your gender roles or just the roles that you carry out in your household and in your marriage are going to be specific for you and your spouse. But one thing that is a must for BJ, I feel that he should
talk about this before now, so be careful.
Always kill any bugs that may or may not enter our home. And if there is a lizard that should get into the house, that is him. Now, if I feel like a boldness revving up in me, then I can like kill a bug or something like that. But that is a gender role that is specifically assigned to him. And that one I am serious about. I'm not afraid it is your role to kill the bugs.
Bugs and stuff like that, and lizards and stuff. I just want to empower.
No, I don't need to be empowered in that way.
It's one of those things where it's just like when you look at it and it's so small, you're like, come on, Michelle, like you can just step on that bug. The lizards, I understand. I totally understand. Like that's
a whole different ball game. You pretended to throw one at me one time and I got very upset.
But that's a whole different ball game. So I can get with that. But nevertheless, moving on. There blurred lines, and we talked about communication in another video and stuff like that. It's you communicating exactly what you want for your household.
Right.
We would be stoned by a lot of traditionalists when it comes to who's supposed to be doing what. But it works for us. It works for us. And then there are some times where we assume that the other was supposed to do a job and stuff. And then that brings in a little bit of strife. Sometimes because it's like, well, I thought you was going to do it. Well, no, I thought you was going to do it because that wasn't specified. So if you're one of those in your marriage where you feel like everything needs to be specified, then make sure that your spouse knows that.
Right. So it's kind of like a expectations, like what do you expect your spouse to do and vice versa.
Right. So one of our Facebook friends that we went to college with, Courtney, she posted on Facebook once. She said that the role of a man, when you talk about gender roles, and I think that this is the perfect video to talk about it, is to protect, provide, profess. And I totally agree with her stance on that. But I wanted to I commented and said there's a little bit more as it relates to all three of those that you go into. Protecting, that's kind of self-explanatory, protecting, making sure that the house is locked. Like, you want to make sure your family's taken care of. Protect, if I got to travel out of town or if I'm doing something, making sure I'm checking in to make sure that they're good, making sure we're communicating with one another. Are you good? How are you doing with Scotland at the house by yourself? How are you doing this? How are you doing that? Even I had to travel a couple times, and Michelle will call a family member out of town, and for her, that's protection. That's an extra shield of protection for her. And I probably could do a better job with making sure that she has some, because I know that's what makes her comfortable, making sure she has somebody here with her. But I'm at the same time, I'm like one of those, you're going to be all right. God is going to protect you. You straight. You can do this, but that's her comfort zone, and that's okay. So protection, at work, they ask me sometimes, like, Bobby, if Michelle is with you and there's this big 6'5", 290-pound guy that walks up on you, what would you do? And I'll tell you, she's going to take that L that day and just tell her, but by any means necessary, I'm willing to protect my family. I don't think I've ever not found myself in a way of protecting outside them bugs and stuff that she talks about. But protecting is very, like, yes, that should be the role of the man. You're the head of the house. And so you need to protect your family by any means necessary. That providing word, that providing word is, a lot of times people see it as a financial.
Yeah.
He needs to provide. He needs to provide. Well, there are so many things that my wife needs, provided for her, that goes beyond just financial.
Mm-hmm. Like needs on a daily basis, right, for us to work and our family to run smoothly.
Right.
So, and I think that could go both ways. Like, you have to provide those things for me, but I need to provide those things for you too. And
so that's not necessarily a gender role, but the way Courtney had put it was just like, you need to be providing for your household. And I said, that's a broad word when it comes to the scope of marriage and gender roles and stuff, because providing, you need to be able to provide emotional support. That's providing. My mama call her back. Providing, that emotional support. If Michelle just needs me to just sit down beside her, and if she's thinking about something, she's crying or something, that's that provision at that present moment. Sexual support. Like, just being honest and real, like, you got to be able to provide in that area, because like they say, if you don't do it, then somebody else might try to creep in. But nevertheless, like, you got to be able to provide emotional support, sexual support in the bedroom. You got to be able to provide financially, you know what I'm saying? And other means of finances and stuff like that as well. And there was one more I thought about providing.
Was it spiritual? Or no?
Yeah, there you go. Spiritual.
Because we in tune.
That's the other one. Like, in one thing that we did talk about in one of our meetings that we had in our house is that it is my job to make sure that we're having prayer time and Bible study and stuff. And I have to do a better job of making sure that we focus that in. Well, Michelle, because she's a better financial person than myself, and I'm learning, but she makes sure that we sit down and talk about our finances and making sure that everything is aligned to where we need to go, making sure that our tithes are being paid, making sure that our bills are being paid, making sure that we're helping other people and stuff like that. That's her passion. That's what she loves to do. And on the other side of things, I love building up people. And so if I take that spiritual aspect from building my wife up, because I can't sit back in and be out here speaking and preaching to other people, and then and my house is not even nowhere near trying to get it right, because the Bible does talk about that. The man, if you're going to be a pastor or a bishop or deacon or whatever the case may be, you got to be able to do that at home first. And so that's providing. And then what's the last one? Profess. Like, you got to just sit down in marriage and really, 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 really just sit down and sometimes tell your wife that she's beautiful, build her up. profess, let you know how much I love you, professing it throughout the day, not just when it's a sexual moment where it's like, oh, I love you, just so that you can get something out of it, professing via giving, going out, buying little makeup and stuff and perfume and stuff like that, lingerie, lingerie, that type of stuff. Like, those are ways that you can profess your love. Everybody defines all of those words totally differently. And so,
and
to sum it all up, go ahead.
Not just profess for like your wife, but like profess or speak things, say things for your family as well. So like, being the leader of the family, setting the tone, leading the household, I think that goes into it as well.
Speaking of, we got this little book I want to show you guys. So like, a couple weeks ago, I was in Barnes & Noble's. There was a book that Michelle really, really wanted, a couple of books that she wanted. I went and bought it, bought one of them rather. And then I saw this book called Praying Circles Around Your Future. Very, very easy read. It's like a picture book almost.
It has things for you to profess pretty much
daily. And it just kind of goes into it, bold prayers. And there's nothing God loves more than keeping promises, answering prayers, performing miracles, and fulfilling dreams. That is who he is. That is what he does. So if we had a little moment for today to just kind of encourage you, God does great things, and that's who he is. He reigns over us, and we got to be willing to be bold.
Yeah.
Be bold, be blessed, be bonded.
There you go.
But we got to be willing to be bold before God and saying what it is that we need. And so we profess different things. Another thing that we profess every day before we leave is we have love in our heart, peace on our mind, and purpose in our feet. And that goes so many different ways. So we profess certain things over our lives and over Scotland as well, that he will be great in the earth and that we will fulfill the promises that God has in store for us for that particular day. Yeah. Again, to sum this all up, there's certain things that a man should be doing, and there's certain things that a woman should be doing. But as it relates to our household, if it needs to be done, we got to get it done.
And one thing we learned, I hadn't really paid that scripture any attention, but when we went to the couple sing Friday night, it's a man's job to love his wife, and it's the woman's job to respect him. So, what you're...
Is that Galatians?
I don't remember.
Okay.
But what you're doing should, fall, and not that you're not supposed to love him as well, but, what you're doing in your household should fall under those categories. Do it out of love, do it out of respect.
Right.
Boom.
So that's pretty much, what this video has been about, to, like I said, to really just sum it all up. In the Belton bond, in the Belton household, there aren't too many gender specific roles that we have. We get the job done.
Right.
We communicate with each other to try to make sure that we get those things done. And when we have failure in communication and stuff, we try. And sometimes I know the Bible says you ain't supposed to go to sleep angry. But there's sometimes where when certain things don't get done and that other person don't feel provided for, there's deeper issues that lie that we have to be able to address. And that's gender roles.
Yep, that's pretty much it. So again, this is our Marriage May series, I guess you could call it. We'll be having more videos within the month. Like I said, I don't know which order we're going to upload these in, so I don't want to say that this is like the second video and there'll be 2 more, but we'll have a total of 4,
maybe more.
Okay, so we'll have as many videos, as many videos as we see fit for the Marriage May series. I hope you guys are liking it and enjoying it, and we want to each year make it kind of bigger and better and turn it into something that we maybe can't even imagine right now. But I think that's it, right?
That's it. So y'all know the tagline. Be bold, be blessed, be bonded. It's the Belton Bond.
See you next time.